Every day is a gift. My brother-in-law pulled out the bottom drawer of the desk, where my sister usually worked, and took out a package wrapped in tissue paper. He tore off the outer layer and showed me a pair of panties wrapped inside. They were very cute, made of soft silk with lace trim. The price tag was still on them, a considerable sum. Jan had bought them when they first came to New York, 8 or 9 years ago, but she had never worn them. She had intended to save them for a special occasion. Now there was no other occasion. He took the panties from me and put them on the bed with the other clothes we were planning to bury with my sister. He fondled them for a moment, then slammed the drawer shut and turned to me and said, "Never save anything for a special occasion. Every day of your life is a special occasion." His words lingered in my mind from that moment until the following days, when I helped him and my nephew arrange my sister's funeral. She had passed away unexpectedly. On the flight home after her funeral, I kept thinking about those words, about all her unfulfilled dreams, about the things she had done without realizing that they were special. And I realized, life is full of sweet flavors to be enjoyed whenever possible, not to be dealt with. So I decided to change. I started reading more and worrying less about the little things. I enjoyed watching the scenery while sitting on the deck and didn't get upset when I saw weeds in the garden. I spent more time with my family and friends and limited my participation in useless meetings. I don't save anything anymore. I use all my beautiful china and crystal for every meaningful occasion. Like losing a kilo, unclogging the sink, or the first camellia blooming. I wear a nice dress to the market if I feel like it. When I think I look classy, I can pay more for a small bag of vegetables without frowning. I won't save my best perfume for special occasions, no matter what the salesgirls or the few people whispering about it. I'm slowly removing the phrases someday or in a few days from my vocabulary. If there's something worth seeing, hearing, or doing, I'll do it. I'm not sure what my sister would do if she knew that the next day she wouldn't be here, the day we all take for granted. I think she would have called her family and a few close friends. Maybe she made plans to meet up with some old friends to apologize and make up for past bad times. I like to think she went out for a Chinese meal that I guess I will never know about. The little things I haven't done would frustrate me if I knew my time was limited. Frustrated that I put off visiting good friends I was planning to contact someday. Frustrated that I didn't write certain letters I was planning to write in a few days. I would be frustrated and regretful that I didn't tell my husband and daughter how much I love them more often. I am trying very hard not to put off, hold back, or save anything that adds to the laughter and enriches our lives. And every morning when I wake up, I always tell myself, today is a special day. Every day, every minute, every breath is a gift of life.
Let your dream be your wings. There was a little boy growing up in an orphanage who always dreamed of flying like a bird in the sky. He really didn't understand why the animals in the zoo, which looked much bigger than him, could fly. Why can't I fly? He wondered, is there something wrong with me? There was a boy who lived near the orphanage who was paralyzed in both legs. His only wish was to walk and run like his friends. The question that was always on his mind was, why can't I be like them? One day, the orphan went to the park to play and happened to see a disabled boy playing in the sand. He approached him and asked if he ever wanted to fly like a bird. "No," the paralyzed boy replied, "but I always wanted to know what it felt like to walk and run like my friends." "What fun!" the boy who wanted to fly like a bird replied. "Oh, hey, how about you and me be friends?" "Sure, I'd like that too." Then the two boys sat together for hours, building sandcastles and making all sorts of funny sounds with their sandcastles. They looked at each other, their faces beaming with joy. The corner of the park occasionally erupted with bursts of laughter. The fun stopped when the father of the paralyzed boy came to pick him up in a wheelchair. The boy, who had always wanted to fly like a bird, ran to his father and stood on his tiptoes to whisper something in his ear. "That's good," the father nodded. Then the boy ran towards his new friend and said, "You are my only friend. I wish I could do something to help you walk and run like me. However, I think I can do this." With that, he turned around and told his friend to climb on his back, and then he ran across the park lawn. His first steps were short and unsteady, but then he got faster and faster. On his back, his crippled friend hugged his neck. As if given more strength, his legs glided until the wind blew hard in his face. Two children. The father stood still, watching them, his eyes filled with tears. His child, who could not walk, was spreading his arms wide, waving them in the wind, and shouting loudly, "I'm flying, Daddy! I'm flying!"
That is the end of today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And now, goodbye and see you in the next video. Have a great and joyful day.